turn the tide here. It was a 1-point game at halftime. Philly had just 15 points in the third. Miami had 25. And that was it.
A big what's up to everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Memorial Day weekend. I'm live, or well, this is going to be recorded, but I'm live on the Schuylkill Bank River. It is Saturday, like around probably like 1 o'clock, 12:30. It is a beautiful day out here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is a beautiful day to talk Sixers basketball. Just like, nah. Our team is trash, bro. So this is going to be my season recap, John. I made a video like this last year after the Hawks playoff series where I basically just summarized my whole thoughts on the whole year and, like, you know, asked the actual question of where did we go from here. So this is going to be part 2 of that, John. I'm gonna need some actual sun in my life. Let's not be depressed talking about this squad, yo. But yeah, shout out to everybody who has been rocking with me this whole year. I appreciate you so much, dog. Like y'all are the reason why your boy is monetized. Like I have two videos on the actual channel that have like over 250K views, like over 250,000 views, dog. That is crazy. It's just wild, and it's just like the fact that, like, you know, y'all have helped a brother out. So, you know, I cannot say thank you enough. So thank you so much. Anyway, ground rules. What's what I'll be actually talking about in this video? I have no idea. I'm honestly just going to go off of the whole dome. I actually do have note cards to steer me in the right direction because there is a few topics that I do want to hit. I would have to say that, like, this year has like just been like a whole plateau type jump for our team. We didn't get worse per se, but we did not get better for the ultimate goal. Now, yes, one could say that, like, some could actually say that Bulls got worse just because we, like, you know, lost this year game 6. Other than, like, you know, game 7 last year. But as y'all know, and like as we can all just say, Ben just screwed up this like whole year. I, like, you know, don't want to harp on this point but so much, but like Ben really is a nut, and like honestly may have screwed up 2 franchises here and in Brooklyn. I do though have to give like a big shout out to Joel because he's the one who really held us down. I'm gonna say it once, I'm gonna say it twice, I'm gonna say it 3 times. No one really, at least outside of Philly, even though a lot of folks here too, but no one really expected us to be as good as we were throughout the actual regular season, and that is really because Joel Embiid put the team on his back. Them boys stole his actual MVP, and I am convinced that if we did end as a top 3 seed, Bull would have definitely got his John. Of course, we can put credence into the whole aspect or the whole fact that this team with James was a new squad. They really didn't have that much time to actually gel. Now, that's not an actual excuse just because, you know, you are in the NBA. You don't have time just to have things go your actual way. Joel Embiid getting hurt, getting smacked across his face with an elbow, breaking his orbital bone, definitely derailed the team's hopes, dreams, and aspirations. Now, I'm not saying definitively that, like, you know, we could have won the chip or that, like, we were going to win the chip, but Joel Embiid was playing like a monster, bro, like a monster. It was clear, you know, once he got hurt, it just was an L. Now, there was like an actual few things that I did, you know, take away from our actual playoff run. One is the emergence of Tyrese Maxey. Like, bro, like, hands down, his development has been a sight to see. Remind me correctly if I'm wrong, but this man dropped 38 points at 21 years old. His, like, you know, first playoff game, bro. 38 points game 1. Now, of course, as you know, the playoffs continued. Bull did hit some walls, but like, this man balled the hell out and stepped up in Ben Simmons' absence. Maxey honestly made, and like, look, let's just say this. I don't feel that confident in the future of our squad. I'm going to explain as I go along, but if we do win a chip in the next 3 years, it'll be because Tyrese Maxey extended our window because there's no reason why he is this good and he still wants to be great. Unfortunately, we cannot rely on Joel being healthy, going deep for playoff runs. And this is sad just because he's clearly bored, putting up all these points, trying to actually play these games with injuries year after year. Just shows, his amount of heart. But like with that being said, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Call a spade a spade. Each year he always gets hurt on some nut-ish. The Sixers are going to be screwed if Joel Embiid is their best player. We just can't count on his health. And I don't know how we can regulate this throughout the regular season. Because like this year, he was relatively healthy. So the freaking squad has no heart, bro. Like there's no reason why we go out like some punks, bro.
They do this every year. Why?
We dead ass for the second year in a row lose at home to get kicked out of the actual playoffs, man. And it's just like embarrassing to be a fan, bro. Like this squad dead ass makes it so hard to root for them. It makes us seem like idiots for giving them bread, for giving them our time, energy, hope. There has to be some pride. And the fact that we really couldn't beat Jimmy Butler and some role players. Definitively, we'll say without a doubt that the process has left the Sixers with a loser mindset that we cannot shake for whatever reason. Bulls really don't care. We get our butts handed to us in unexcusable fashions year after year. Where is the pride? Where is the character? Where is the heart? I really think that, and I've been saying this, and now everyone and they pop, wants to agree with me, but we really need a dog mentality type vet, bro. Just to freaking put a care in these Bulls' butts. That sounded weird. It shouldn't even be on this type time. Like everything that the Sixers have been throughout the last 6 years, you would assume that players would give a damn, how much hate, how much vitriol the whole NBA universe gives this team. Was the Harden trade worth it? That is the main question being asked in greater Philadelphia area. And I'm going to say yes, just because, once again, you need somebody who is going to make up for the same amount of production that Ben gave you, even though if we're being honest, in the playoffs, he basically pulled another Benny 1 point game, not shooting in the fourth. And also the mentorship aspect that he can bring or give to Maxey. I do think him instilling a certain confidence, I guess a superstar bravado to our young Kentucky guard product can definitely pay dividends in the future. So I don't think a lot of people are talking about that aspect. At least we got some value back for Ben. Now you can argue if we gave up too much. I don't necessarily think so, just because 2 future picks plus 2 years of Seth Drummond is an actual free agent now was enough, especially for what Brooklyn traded to the Rockets to get Harden in the actual first place. Like they emptied out their actual war chest. So yes, we did get a couple pennies on the dollar for our trade. Now Harden is going to have to get right, dog. Like obviously he's probably not going to be the old James, and it's like I can't even fault the haters per se, just because Harden went out like he typically does on some nut shit. I still do believe in Harden. I can say that I do I do believe in his abilities moving forward, but I still believe that the trade was necessary, and I would rather take a 33-year-old James in return for Ben than some scraps. No. $1 million question is, where does the actual team go from here? And I am sad to tell you that I have no freaking idea. I know one thing, I do not believe that keeping Doc as our coach is like going to bode well. Just because I personally, is it about to rain? It began to rain. That means we have to move. So yeah, we is back. It definitely is kind of poetic the way it actually began to rain. This is a microcosm of the Sixers year. Rainy, dreary, and just sad. But yeah, back to what I was going for before we were rudely interrupted. I really do not know where this team goes from here. And I know for a fact we cannot get to where we actually need to be if Glenn Rivers is still the coach of this squad. Not because he's not necessarily a good coach, and I don't honestly blame him for that actual loss against Miami. That was on, players, but like, I feel as though we need to completely rid ourselves of Ben and that whole, saga, and Glenn is at the heart of that, John. The Bulls' one job was to keep the Ben and Joe show afloat, hold players accountable. Less than 1 year into his gig, he failed miserably and Ben dipped. So we cannot actually start the actual healing process until he dips. Like, we just need a whole clean sweep from Ben, and I think that is the only way possible with the coach out as well. So overall, I really do not see the team being able to win a chip within the next 3 years, and that's how much time I think we actually have until Joel is going to want out of this situation. It's a shame the Sixers can never put superstar players in positions to where they can win chips with helpful players by their sides. Bulls did it with Barkley. Bulls did it with AI, and now unfortunately it might be Joel Embiid as well. The rest of the league has gotten great in the last 2 years. About 5 teams in the East alone who can actually probably compete for a ring next year. Like, it is not going to be a cakewalk as it once was. And I just don't trust this team to actually be able to fight back against those squads, when the actual time comes down to it. Jean just goes back to, you cannot win no rings if you a puss. And I really feel like the Sixers are kitty cat, bro. Teams who typically win chips have a lot of chemistry year to year to year, and the fact that the team always gets new pieces each year, it doesn't help Joel build that, core, or I guess rapport with one another. Do we actually need to make changes? Obviously, we need a bench. Toby may have to go just because the contract isn't going to help. So Toby may be the actual sacrificial lamb. I don't know, bro. Like, this squad is in limbo for another year after 5 years. So, like, nothing has changed. Nothing will change. Our team is poverty, and we deserve more as fans, and that's just that. I really just feel as though like we just wasted chance after chance after chance until the actual ownership group sells the team. Nothing is going to change. Championships start at the top, bro, and it is clearly evident that Josh Harris, David Blitzer have no idea what the hell they are doing. So yeah, that's really about it. I really have nothing else to say. The Sixers have thoroughly gotten on my nerves, and they have broken me to a point where I really do not see us winning a chip. Hopefully Harden gets healthy next year so we can actually ball the F out, but I don't know, bro. Everyone is available for trade unless your actual name is Joel, Maxey, and maybe Harden. Who really knows? This team just has so much issues, man. It sucks to be a Sixer fan. This is the life I effing chose, bro. Chalk, bro. This is chalk.